Core, and we are going to study +1 microeconomics. So first unit we have introduction, and in that we have first topic, because in +1 we don't talk about the chapters, we talk about the topics. So first topic is introduction about the economics and economy, and in that we have to study some of the things such as introduction, scarcity, economic problem, meaning of economics, positive and normative economics, microeconomics and macroeconomics, central problems of an economy, opportunity costs, production possibility frontier, and some soft practicals we're going to solve. So first we have introduction. Every field of study has its own language and own way of thinking. For example, if we talk about mathematics, then in mathematics everything is about algebra, as we know. Science, it's all about experiments and theories. Accounts deal with profit and loss, and so on. But economics is not different from these. And economics language consists of what our economy wants. What are the things that comes in economics mind and economist's mind? Things that come in economist minds are what an economy wants, what are people in the society, or what our society wants, or we can say simply a demand. First keyword you understand, demand. Second, how much to produce, what to give, how to give, all these things. In short, supply. Third one, if I talk about, is where to give or provide all these supplies, that is market. So these three things consist in or are in the language of an economist. So in coming chapters we're gonna study more diversities of these demand supply market. So let us start. First, before we proceed to the meaning of economics, let us first understand the meaning of economy and reasons why are we studying economics. Because if we are doing something, we should know why and for whom we are doing it, or what is that. So first we have what is an economy. You must have observed many activities happening around you, like you have seen factories, mines, shops, railways. All these institutions and organizations may be collectively called an economy. Why it is called an economy? Because such units enable people to earn an income. These are the earning sources. At the same time, they help to produce goods and services which people require for use. In short, we can say that what is an economy? Economy is a system which provides people the meaning to work or the means to work, the ways through which they can work and earn a living. That is, to earn money or to earn back at their home. So it's very important definition. What is economy? An economy is a system which provides people the means to work and earn a living. It is an organization which provides living to people. In this task, it makes use of availability of resources. For example, Indian economy. In exam, talking on an exam basis, what we're gonna learn is what is an economy. That is, economy is a system which provides people the means to work and earn a living. And then we're gonna write the example. Indian economy consists of all sources of production: agriculture, industry, transport and communication, and banking. Now, what are the vital processes of economy? There are three vital economic processes. Number 1 is production, number 2 is consumption, number 3 is investment or capital formation. So the three vital processes are production, consumption and investment or capital formation. Now, what is the reason that we study economics? The main reason for study of economics can be simplified to a single word called scarcity. Why we study economics? Because of scarcity. Now, what is scarcity? next subtopic that we're going to start is scarcity. Scarcity refers to the limitation of supply when जब हमारी इकोनॉमी में कम हो जाती है सप्लाई, लिमिट हो जाती है, लिमिटेशन हो जाती है सप्लाई की, और जिससे हमारी डिमांड बढ़नी शुरू हो जाती है, फॉर दैट कमोडिटी इज कॉल्ड scarcity. Second important point that you have to learn according to your exam point of view is scarcity is universal, that is individual, every individual organization and economy faces scarcity of resources. There is no such institution कि जिसको कभी भी resources की scarcity ना हुई हो. Resources are not endless, they can be limited, they can have a scarcity, everything can have scarcity. Third point that you need to know is economizing of resources refers to making optimum use of available resources. So what does economizing means? That we have to make optimum use of available resources. Remember that scarcity is not the only problem. The only problem is that we put one thing to more than one uses. Now next topic we're gonna do is economic problem. As we know that economic problem is the basically a problem of choice. So what is economic problem according to your exam point of view? Economic problem is a problem of choice involving satisfaction of unlimited wants out of limited resources having alternative uses. I'm gonna explain it. Economic problem is a problem of choice when we have to choose, which involves satisfaction of unlimited wants out of limited resources having alternative uses. You can mark here many things, right? It is a problem of choice, number one. Second, it involves satisfaction. What does that mean? It involves satisfaction, that we have to be satisfied with what we have. Third is unlimited wants. We have unlimited wants of one commodity. This was the third one. Fourth, limited resources. So we have economic problem is a problem of choice, which involves that we have to be satisfied with the unlimited wants of the limited resources. That is fifth point. Alternative uses means हमें इकोनॉमिक प्रॉब्लम का मतलब है जब हमें एक एक प्रॉब्लम जहाँ पे हमें चूज़ करना पड़ता है और अपने आप को सेटिस्फाई करना पड़ता है किस बेसिस पे, ताकि हम एक ऐसी लिमिटेड कमोडिटी को चूज़ करें जिसकी बहुत अनलिमिटेड वांट्स हैं और जिसके ऑल्टरनेटिव यूजेस हैं. आई होप आपको समझ आ गया होगा. Now what are the reasons for economic problem? The things I am telling you are going to are very important, and these should be included in your notes. Reasons for economic problems, there are three main reasons. Number one included the scarcity of resources. Number one is scarcity of resources, that is we do not have proper universal, or we can do not have unlimited resources, so resources are scarce. Second is unlimited human wants. We have very human wants also differ in priorities, because some want more, no one is satisfied actually, but because we want more. If all human wants have been of equal importance, then it would have been impossible to make choices. Remember that. So second was in unlimited resources, human wants. Third is alternative uses. All the resources that we have are not only scarce, but they also have alternative uses. Next we have resources versus human wants. Now, what are resources? We can classify them on the basis of their features. We can differentiate them on the basis of their features. Number one, we have resources are scarce. right? But human wants are not scarce, they are unlimited. Second, the resources have alternative uses, but the human wants differ in priorities. So these are the two main differences between a resource and a human want. Next, fourth subtopic that we're gonna do is meaning of economics. So here we have the most important question, that what is economics? Because we studied economy, we studied economic problems, we studied the scarcity and difference between the human wants and resources. So what is meaning of economics? Let us study that. So, economics is a social science which studies the way a society chooses to use its limited resources that I told you earlier, which has alternative uses to produce goods and services and to distribute them among different groups of people. So economics is a social science which deals or which studies the way society use its limited resources. जैसे कि एक society अपनी किस तरह अपने limited resources को यूज़ करती हैं, जिनके बहुत सारे यूज़र्स हैं, ताकि वो प्रोडक्शन बढ़ा सके और डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन बढ़ा सकें. हम इसको इन शॉर्ट लिख सकते हैं that economics is a social science which studies the way a society choose to use its limited resources having alternative uses for production and distribution among different groups of people. Now next important question I want to ask you is that I have said economics is a social science, but why it is considered as social science? It's an 1 mark question. However, it is not an exact science like physics and chemistry, as it deals of, but it deals with human behavior. What I want to say is economics is a science because it is systematic and organized study of economic human behavior. But it is not exact science because it studies human behavior, that is society, how our society includes. When a society comes in a science, that is known as social science. So what we're going to write in exams is, it is not an exact science like physics and chemistry, as it deals with study of human behavior. Therefore, it is known as social science. Next, fifth subtopic that we're going to do is positive economics and normative economics. So first we have positive economics. In positive economics, we shall study what are, what is, what will be under the given state of circumstances. That is, positive economics deals with what are the economic problems and how they are actually solved. It refers to finding the positive solution of the economic problems. And how we can find that? First we have to identify what are the economic problems and how we gonna solve them. So what questions come under this? What is, what was, and what will be. I hope you understand it. Positive economics is also known as positive science, and normative economics is also known as normative science. Now, what is normative economics? Normative economics deals with what ought to be or how the economic problems should be solved. Note the point here that economic problems deals with what are the actual economic problems, right? But the normative economics deals with how we gonna solve them. Most importantly, positive economics avoids economic value judgments. For example, a positive economic theory might describe that the manufacturing and sale of cigarettes is injurious to health. We know that but it does not provide any instruction or judgment on what policy ought to be followed to avoid the cigarettes in the economy. So it's not concerned with the moral or ethical questions, and economists should analyze the things as they are and has no right to give the judgment. In normative economics, there are judgments. Okay, so we classify economics into two parts on basis of the science. Economics on the basis of science is classified into two parts, that is positive science, which involves what is, what was, what will be. In normative science, what ought to be, what should happen, what should have happened. For example, India should not be an overpopulated country and prices should not rise. So this is what ought to be. But if I talk about the positive economics, what will the example? India is an overpopulated country and prices are constantly rising. So this was basically the economic problem. But in normative economics, they gave a judgment, they gave that what should be done. There should not be an overpopulated country and prices should not have been raised. So what is the difference between, now we're going to study the difference between positive economics and normative economics. First of all, on basis of the meaning. On the basis of the meaning, positive economics deals with what is and how what is the economic problem. And if we talk about normative economics, so it deals with what ought to be or how the economic problem should be solved. On basis of verification, it can be verified with actual data, but normative economics cannot be verified with actual data because it is judgment. Now, what is the purpose of positive economics? That it aims to make real description of an economic activity. Real description. But the normative economics aims to determine the ideals, what should be the ideal. Suggestive. Now, on basis of suggestive, positive economics is based upon facts and thus it is not suggestive. But normative economics is based on individual opinion and therefore suggestive in nature. Now, value judgments. Positive economics does not give any value judgments, it's neutral between the ends. But normative economics provides value judgments. Examples I'm going to give you some examples. For example, prices in Indian economy are constantly rising. It is a positive economics. But India should take steps to control the rising prices is a normative economics. Second example, there are inequalities of income in our economy. That is a fact. That is not suggestive. That is verified and actual data. So it's positive economics. But income inequalities should be reduced. So it is the suggestive in nature, a judgment, individual opinion, and cannot be verified because it is ought to be. I hope you understand.